Jansen attached great importance to placing the mission on a solid commercial footing. The missionaries laid out great coconut plantations, reared livestock, set up a sawmill. The country's first printing press was run by the missionary sisters. A medical aid station on the Sepik. For hours, Sister Dorota and Sister Monica had been vaccinating and examining the little children, so giving them a chance against all the different diseases that have so often killed dozens of children at a time. Jansen sent the first 4 sisters to New Guinea in 1899 to support the work of the missionaries. At the foundation of the female branch of the order, the task of the women had been formulated in the following way. They are to support the mission through work which by its very nature is better suited to women than men. Even if this division of labour is no longer so distinct today, without the sisters, the outreach to the people would probably have been far less successful. Together with the brothers and fathers, they established hospitals and schools, universities and training centres. They prepared the land to meet the modern world. Even in Jansen's time, there were almost 100 SVD missionaries on the development of New Guinea in the Christian spirit. Although Jansen placed his organization in the service of the church and its spreading of the gospel, he did not meet every request to take over a mission field. When, in 1888, he was offered Dhaka, an area between the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia, he declined it. The rationale? Because in part of the area men and women were running around stark naked. I don't want to send anyone too young to such tribes, and I don't have any older ones. Jansen had created a functioning mission system. But he was still missing one thing. Five times a day, the Pink Sisters in style come together for prayer. Perpetual adoration, unceasing prayer before the Holy of Holies is what they have vowed to do. The prayer is not primarily a way to their own perfection. It is a contribution by over 400 women worldwide to the missionary work of Arnold Jansen. Even when he was still a teacher, Jansen had made clear by his promotion of the prayer apostolate how much he trusted in the power of prayer. Now that his missionaries were setting off to more and more countries, it was all the more important that their efforts were supported by prayer. To do this, he founded his third congregation, the Sister Servants of the Holy Spirit of Perpetual Adoration, women who voluntarily seal themselves off from the world in order to support the cause of the mission with the power of their prayer. By the time of his death, he had not only directed to their calling 430 priests, almost 600 brothers, and 450 sisters, but he had also united them in a common goal, taking the gospel to the world on all 5 continents. In 1908, Jansen's strength began to wane. Despite illness, he tried to carry on working, leading meetings, giving lectures, checking building plans, preparing for missions in Japan, in the Philippines, and in Paraguay. He gave authority for a mission center in the United States. Exhausted, Jansen wrote, "May God send me death, or, if it so pleases him, to give me time to work for the cause of the brotherly order." On the 30th of October 1908, the pen slipped from his hand. Content, he sat for hours in a chair, received the brothers in small groups. These were scenes of farewell. By the beginning of the year, A growing paralysis was tying him to his bed. On Friday, the 15th of January, Arnold Janssen passed away. He was 71 years old. On the day of his death they gather. There are only a few from the order who can come to his sarcophagus this day. Thousands of kilometers separate them. But today, all over the world, the thoughts of sisters, brothers and fathers are with him, with their Pater, Dux, Fundator, as it says on his gravestone, with their father, leader and founder. The Church has raised him to the glory of the altars and honors him as a saint, not because he was so successful and founded a worldwide organization, but because he made himself a tool of the Holy Spirit. He was not an unusually talented person, had no prepossessing appearance, and yet he forced his way to audiences with kings, emperors and popes. Officials and statesmen came to experience his doggedness. He never left Europe, but he changed the world, and he still does that today in every missionary who sets out in his spirit to create a better world.